anthem during the Northwestern game. All that and more right now. Good evening and welcome to Star City News. I'm Michael Snow.
And I'm Carly Jensen. Car break-ins are on a record pace this year. There's already been more than 1,800 break-ins, and it looks like September is going to be the biggest month of all.
Star City's Dwayne Taylor is live with more. And Dwayne, I understand about 60% of the time, it's actually the driver's fault.
September has been a popular month for auto break-ins. The Lincoln Police Department report there's already been over 250 this month. In the latest, the thieves not only took items from the vehicle, but the vehicle itself after they found it unlocked.
Police arrested 23-year-old Cody Baker after stopping him in a vehicle at Chateau La Fleur Apartments. They received a call around 1:30 a.m. reporting suspicious behavior coming from a white Chevy Cobalt, later found to be stolen after the keys were found in the vehicle. Once officers stopped the vehicle, Baker and an accomplice ran. Police apprehended Baker and are still searching for the other suspect. This incident continues the record for the most auto break-ins not only this year, but in recent memory, with 253 incidents in September, adding to nearly 1,800 incidents since the start of the year. With the numbers that high each month, it's reasonable for Lincoln residents to step out of their doors and wonder, who's next? If you're wondering what you can do to protect your community, Lincoln Police Public Information Officer Katie Flood believes calling as soon as you can prevents issues before they happen.
The people in this case did exactly what we asked. They called right away, got a great description of what they were seeing, and relayed that to the dispatcher. The quicker we can get in the area, the greater the chances are that somebody will be arrested for the crime.
And for those trying to prevent their vehicles from being broken into, in many cases, the vehicle was left unlocked when suspects were looking to break in.
In looking at the 253 in September, 153 of those involved unlocked vehicles. So 60% of the people just leave their cars unlocked. So many of the suspects that we do catch admit that they're just going around checking for unlocked doors and for the opportunity to take something inside.
Officer Flood says if you believe you're a victim of an auto break-in, contact the Lincoln Police Department immediately. Dwayne Taylor, Star City News.
Thanks, Dwayne. A 4-alarm fire was reported earlier this morning in the College View business area. Around 7:30 a.m., Lincoln Fire and Rescue arrived at 47th and Prescott to the locker room. The fire started from an electrical box, and about an hour later, the fire was under control. 4 other businesses suffered smoke and water damage, but no injuries have been reported. And a man accused of shooting and killing 19-year-old Ricky Randall has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Brandon Benson unintentionally shot and killed Randall after a drug deal gone wrong. Benson and a friend attempted to rob 2 people who were trying to buy marijuana from them. One of the people recognized Benson's voice during the attempted robbery and then messaged his family on Facebook. Benson said the messages, though, were threats to his mother and sister on Facebook, and it told him to return to the house with a gun for a fight. Benson did just that and fired several times into the home to try and scare those inside. After the shooting stopped, Randall was found dead and another was wounded. Benson is facing 25 years to life in prison.
And a Kearney police officer is pleading not guilty to felony assault. Officer Derek Payton was charged back in June after shooting Jose Klitsch during a traffic stop. Now, Payton stopped Klitsch after observing the car's plates did not belong to that vehicle. Officer Payton's in-car camera shows Klitsch get in his car and begin to reverse towards the officer. According to court documents, Payton proceeds to tell Klitsch he will shoot if he doesn't stop the car. Klitsch then accelerates forwards and shots are fired. Klitsch was hit in the abdomen and later arrested. Payton's pretrial hearing will be held in November. If Payton is convicted, he will face up to 20 years in prison. And Normal Boulevard is back open to the public after being closed for the past 6 hours today. Earlier today, the main road was closed between 48th and 56th Streets for repairs. The improvements are ongoing, though, and traffic will be restricted to one lane. This segment should be complete within the next 4 weeks, and the full construction on Normal Boulevard is scheduled to be finished up by the end of November.
And Lincoln Mayor Chris Beitler has filed a lawsuit on Lincoln's budget, specifically the property tax rate. Mayor Beitler says the council did not pass a high enough tax rate to fund his 2-year budget. The council instead voted for a tax rate that will fall short of the mayor's budget by roughly $2 million. The case has a small window to be resolved as the Lancaster City Board is scheduled to meet on October 11th to set an overall property tax rate for the county. And homecoming is in full swing at UNL with several events still to come in the next couple of days. A blood drive is going on throughout the week on city campus. If you want to participate, you can head on over to the Union. Also, today is the day to vote for homecoming king and queen. Voting is open online until 8 p.m. And Thompson Square is in town for the homecoming concert tonight. The country duo will hit the stage at 8 p.m. over at East Campus. The week wraps up with the homecoming parade tomorrow at 6. And of course, the Huskers football team takes on Illinois at 2:30 on Saturday.
And up next on Star City News, we will have an update on the deadly train crash in New Jersey this morning.
And we will follow up with how the university is responding to the national anthem protests.
I talked with members of the student government about the recent kneelings of Husker football players and First Amendment rights. That's coming up after the break.
Welcome to the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and ad PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, interactive digital media hub. The future is bright at the Co-JMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
In 2012, the national percentage of adults reporting that they drank too much alcohol before driving was 1.9%. In that same year, Nebraska adults reported 3.4%, nearly twice as much as the national average. People know they shouldn't drive, yet they still do. People go out and plan on coming back home. But as we all know, everything doesn't always go as planned. Inform those around you about the risks of drunk driving.
What would we do if we won the Powerball jackpot?
That's daunting to think about.
The music may change, but we'll still be there. Music, sports, and more. 90.3 KRNU.
President of the University of Nebraska, Hank Bounds, sent out an email to UNL students and staff addressing the recent protests by 3 Husker football players. In the email, Bounds says that the university supports any student's use of free speech under the First Amendment.
This includes kneeling during the national anthem or any form of speech. In this statement, Bounds makes it clear that these 3 players will not be disciplined for their use of the First Amendment. With more on the story, we go live to Bailey Hurley in the newsroom.
Since Saturday, a amount of people have been weighing in on Rose Ivy's right to peacefully protest on and off the field. And in the most recent news, Rose Ivy reached out to Governor Pete Ricketts on Twitter, and apparently they might meet later this week.
The First Amendment doesn't only apply when it works in your favor. It applies to everyone.
This is the point the student government drove home yesterday in a bill they drafted to the Senate.
Because they are students and ASU underrepresents students, we should be protecting them and supporting them. Because if it was any other student receiving that much backlash, I think that they would want to know that their student government has their back.
The Senate put an emergency status on the bill to put it into action immediately, making student rights a #1 priority. And one college dean also stood up, making a statement yesterday supporting the 3 student athletes' First Amendment rights.
One person's speech is protected, another person's speech is not. And who should be the decider? Who should be the arbiter of what is protected and what is not? If anybody stands up for First Amendment rights for students and anybody, it has to be this college.
And although the bill passed unanimously, Kimbulu doesn't understand why the bill is necessary in the first place.
But why is this needed? Because it's literally the law that they have the right to do this. Like, you don't get to pick and choose when you feel the First Amendment should be used.
Now, the Board of Regents also released a statement yesterday saying they would not press any charges or take any action against the 3 student athletes. However, that statement did not address the controversial comments made by Regent Howe Dobb, calling for all those who did kneel at Saturday's game to be kicked off the team and out of the university. All of the board members refused to take any of my calls today, despite a numerous amount of attempts. Reporting live from the newsroom, Bailey Hurley, Star City News.
Thanks, Bailey. The Catholic Church has taken a stand on the death penalty issue. The church urged all Catholics and people of good faith to vote against the death penalty and to keep the repeal. Catholic leaders say the death penalty is not necessary to protect society.
The death penalty drags victims' family members through years and years of torturous appeals. It promises closure, but all too often only brings prolonged agony.
And there was a deadly train crash this morning in New Jersey. A New Jersey Transit commuter crashed into the Hoboken train station right before 9 a.m. As of now, at least 1 person is dead, but there are over 100 injuries and 3 people are in critical condition. New Jersey Transit workers confirm that everyone has been evacuated and accounted for at this time. The engineer and driver of the commuter train did survive the crash and has been taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. Preliminary reports suggest the crash was accidental or caused by operator error. However, this is still being investigated.
A 14-year-old boy is in custody after a shooting at an elementary school in Townville, South Carolina on Wednesday. The shooting occurred shortly before 2 p.m., and the attack on the school followed a shooting at a home just a few miles away where the teen's father was found dead. 2 students and 1 teacher were shot at the school, and one of the injured boy was airlifted to a nearby hospital where he is now recovering from surgery. The second student and teacher were taken by ambulance to the hospital where they were treated and released that day. And a San Diego man was shot and killed by an El Cajon police officer after officers said the man rapidly pulled an object from his pants pocket and took a shooting stance. Police responded to a call about the victim, Alfred Olango, saying he wasn't acting himself. 2 minutes after police arrived to the location and shots were fired. After the altercation, police discovered Olango was pointing a vapor smoking device and not a gun. Olango's death sparked a protest on Wednesday that is continuing through today, and local police officers say they are still investigating the shooting. And presidential candidate Donald Trump spoke for 45 minutes Wednesday in Council Bluffs. Trump received the loudest cheers when speaking about immigration and his plan to build a wall between Mexico and the United States. Now, not everyone there was in support, however. Outside the arena, protesters gathered with signs and chanted at cars as they were passing by. Towards the end of his speech, Trump urged voters to get out there and vote, saying the movement will be wonderful to read about one day, but won't mean anything if he loses.
Hillary Clinton was also on the campaign trail last night. Clinton spoke with Senator Bernie Sanders on several key points of her campaign. One of the big takeaways of the speech was Clinton's new higher education plan. Clinton promised to invest $500 billion to eliminate tuition for students at public universities. Clinton's plan, once fully in place, would allow students whose families earn less than $125,000 per year to attend public universities for free. The Libertarian presidential candidate, Gary Johnson, appeared on MSNBC's Town Hall yesterday and was asked to name his favorite foreign leader. And what most would view as an easy question was anything but for Johnson.
What would you do if you were elected about Aleppo?
And what is Aleppo?
Name a foreign leader that you respect.
I guess I'm having an Aleppo moment.
And sweater weather is in full swing, and I'm not complaining. Dylan will let us know if this weather is here to stay or if the heat is coming back.
And he'll have our weekend forecast for the upcoming homecoming game for the Huskers against Illinois.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
Well, if you are a fan of fall weather, then this weekend has been absolutely perfect. And today here in the capital city, it only continues 69 degrees right now. Here in Lincoln, a little bit of some clouds that are lingering up in the sky, but really not too bad overall. A little bit of a wind too, but really not too much to complain about for this time of year, especially for your September 29th. 81 degrees is our high for today. That's a little bit above average from what we actually see this time of year. Our low, though, only 46, so that's right at average. If you're somebody who's not a big fan of those fall temperatures, well, you really can't complain too much because back in 1984, we set a record for 26 degrees, absolutely freezing. So hard to complain today. As we head into tonight, those cool temperatures continue, especially for tonight. 44 degrees, that's actually going to contribute to a little bit of fog. There's also some pretty calm winds, 0 to 5 miles per hour. That's going to let some fog move into the area, especially here in the eastern portion of Nebraska, and we're going to see that continue throughout into tomorrow. Now, as we head to game day, as Nebraska prepares to take on Illinois here in Lincoln at 2:30, temperatures going to be absolutely perfect again for this fall. 74 degrees, and that will continue to be the story as we head throughout the weekend, as temperatures will continue to warm up heading into Sunday, where we'll see a temperature of 76. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, we'll see those temperatures start to peak before starting to cool down as we head into your Wednesday and Thursday, where we'll see at least the chance for some thunderstorm activity. So really overall, not a bad day, really a great weekend. And as we head for game day on Saturday, it is going to be a great day. So hopefully that continues to be the story, and hopefully Nebraska gets a win.
All right, now are you going to be able to be out there for the game on Saturday? You going to be able to enjoy the weather?
Definitely. You got to be out there for the game. It's going to be a great day, and it's going to be a great time weather-wise, so we should be looking forward to it.
And coming up next on Star City News, Michael Dixon will have an update on the wild card race that continues to get wilder.
That and Tim Tebow makes his baseball debut with a bang.
One wrong choice can make you feel like the walls are closing in. Sometimes, you don't know where to turn. Student Legal Services is here for you when those situations strike. SLS attorneys offer free legal advice and representation to registered UNL students. Don't let one wrong decision ruin your future plans. Contact Student Legal Services at 402-472-3350 or visit our office at the UNL Student Union.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
I'm Michael Dixon with a look at what's happening in the world of sports. The Big Ten Conference will honor the lives of Sam Foltz and Mike Sadler this weekend using a commemorative coin in memory of the two punters who lost their lives in a tragic car accident July 23rd. The gold coin depicts each player and will be flipped at 7 different conference games this weekend. And let's head over now to the Diamond. Though all of baseball's 6 division champions have been crowned, there's still plenty to decide in both wild card races. We start in the National League wild card race with the Mets and the Marlins. We picked this one up in the bottom of the first, 1 on, 1 out for Martin Prado, who takes Seth Lugo deep to left field to give the Fish an early 2-0 lead. Now we'll fast forward to the 5th with the Mets leading 3-2. It's Jay Bruce with a moonshot to right for his 32nd of the year. The Mets would go on to win 5-2. So how will the Giants respond out on the West Coast? We'll start in the top of the 4th inning. 1 on, 1 out. Nolan Arenado smacks a line drive into center field. Carlos Gonzalez comes around to score, and the Rockies lead 1-0. Colorado would add another in the 7th, but we go to the bottom of the ninth, 2 on, 2 out with Buster Posey up. Ground ball to Arenado at third. He handles, throws to first in time, and the Rockies blank the Giants 2-0. So that leaves us with this in the National League wildcard race after Wednesday's games. The Mets have a 1.5 lead on the Giants, while the Cardinals, who lost to the Reds Wednesday night, will sit out a game in the 2nd wildcard spot. And over there in the American League, after the Orioles beat the Blue Jays and both the Tigers and the Mariners wanted to keep pace, the Tigers sit a game back of Baltimore, while Seattle remains 2 back with 4 days left in the regular season. But with all of that going on, somehow those wildcard races aren't even the biggest story in all of baseball. Yeah, that's Tim Tebow. In his first pitch of instructional league baseball, the football star turned New York Mets minor leaguer hit an opposite field home run. That's some solid contact, solid swing, but overall, need some work on that home run trot. Tebow won the 2007 Heisman Trophy and 2 BCS national championships, but he ultimately finished the game just 1 for 6. And the top-ranked Nebraska volleyball team wrapped up a 3-game road trip with a 3-set win over the 24th-ranked Illini last night. The Huskers beat 3 different top 25 teams during the trip and lost just 2 sets total. Nebraska now returns home for 3 consecutive games, beginning with Ohio State on Saturday night. And don't forget to set those fantasy lineups. The NFL weekend starts tonight when the Dolphins visit the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. That's all I've got. Michael and Carly, back to you.
Thanks, Michael. Coming up after the break, Kennedy has details on Rihanna's latest work with Puma.
And Kim K gets a surprise smooch on her behind, and it wasn't Kanye. Find out who after the break.
Welcome to the Adele Coriel Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coriel Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
I'm Kennedy Stillwater, and I have your news and entertainment. Rihanna's highly anticipated collaboration with Puma finally dropped with a fashion show in Paris. The fashion was described as Maria Antoinette meets athleisure. Rihanna said the inspiration was if Maria Antoinette were to go to the gym and needed something to wear. Famous supermodels like sisters Bella and Gigi Hadid were in the show, as well as Victoria's Secret model Taylor Hill. Season 42 of Saturday Night Live begins Saturday with host Margot Robbie and musical guest The Weeknd. A new commercial came out announcing Alec Baldwin to play Donald Trump. Kate McKinnon will be reprising her impression of Hillary Clinton. I'm sure the close second to Phil Hartman, Daryl Hammond, will be back on the stage of 8H as Bill Clinton. Sarah Jessica Parker is headed back to HBO.
Who did this?
No.
No.
You're the villain here, not me.
What?
Oh.
SJP plays a woman who realizes her life in marriage and wants to find a clean start, but realizes it's harder than she thought. When will this creep ever learn? The same man that picked Gigi Hadid up and got a hard elbow in the face literally tried to kiss Kim Kardashian's butt. Kim K's bodyguard threw him off right away as she ran into the store. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star said she is going to press charges. The Lion King will join a successful lineup of Disney live-action movies. A press release said that The Lion King is on the fast track for production. Jon Favreau will produce the classic movie. He has produced the movies Iron Man, The Avengers, and The Jungle Book. So, Hakuna Matata, your childhood will not be ruined. And that's what I have in entertainment. Coming up is Michael Horst with social media.
What would we do if we won the Powerball jackpot?
That's daunting to think about.
The music may change, but we'll still be there. Music, sports, and more. 90.3 KRNU.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and ad PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, Interactive Digital Media Hub. The future is bright at the CoJMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
Hey everyone, I am your social media correspondent, Michael Horst. Happy holidays! Oh, you didn't know it was a holiday? September 29th is International Coffee Day. To all you excessive coffee drinkers out there who are using today as an excuse to drink even more coffee, here's some interesting facts. Finland is #1 in the world for coffee consumption, and each person, on average, drank 21.8 pounds of coffee in 2014. The United States, unfortunately, doesn't even break the top 10, ranking 25th in the world. We really need to step our game up. One Direction has a new song. Well, actually, they broke up, so technically 1/5 of One Direction has a new song. Niall Horan just released his debut solo song, This Town.
I want to tell you everything, the words I never got to see the first time around.
The song is a reflection of what he never got to say to his lost lover. With the release came the announcement that he signed as a solo artist with Capitol Records. Along with Horan, Harry Styles also signed with a record label, leaving Louis Tomlinson as the only remaining member. You could say he doesn't know which direction he's headed next. That's it for social media today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now, Carly, do you ever feel so lazy you don't even want to walk? Well, now you have an excuse. Nissan's created this new Pro Pilot chair called Serena.
It's equipped with sensors, so each chair follows the one right in front and glides back to the end of the line. The sensors allow the chairs to detect and steer around corners, slow down, and accelerate. A simple clap can tuck the chairs away under a desk. Be on the lookout for these in 2017.
Now, I'll tell you, Carly, I actually already have one.
Oh, do you, Michael?
Yep.
Okay, bye, Michael. Thanks for joining us, everyone.